This Olympic Games segment brought to you by AMP, Lucasade, RACV, Uncle Toby's and TAC Insurance.
Stay with us on Sportsworld. Still to come, horse racing, and the big events are still coming out of Brisbane. Eddie Thompson, the Socceroos Olyroos coach. He's just come back from a Socceroos tour and is off to Barcelona with the Olympic Games. A wrap of motorsport, including Mark Scaife's historic victory, plus a wrap of AFL and Rugby League. Lots more still to come on Sportsworld. Time for horse racing. Keith Hilly has joined us in the studio. Wayne Wilson in Brisbane. Morning, Keith.
Hi, Bruce. How you doing? The scene's still in Brisbane, of course. Locally in Melbourne, Darren Gauci rode a winner. He's now 4 behind Greg Childs, 2 behind Michael Clark, splitting the pair, so that's going to go to the wire. But the big racing again based in Brisbane. And
Kevin Moses in Sydney, 14 in front, was in front of the stewards yesterday but got off and no suspension. So it looks like Kevin Moses will win his first Jockeys Premiership in Sydney.
Yes, and before we go to Brisbane, young Aaron Kennedy, he's only 19. He rode a treble in Sydney yesterday. 41 wins for the season. He's in the top 10 overall and he's got the Apprentice Premiership sewn up.
OK, so news right around Australia. Let's go and join Wayne in Brisbane. Wayne, another very good day of racing and an outstanding performance by Donegal. Missed a bit of a surprise, 14s to 25s in the Tats Cup. Looked beaten at the 300 when the favourite ran up past him, Cheval Cavalier.
Yes, I thought Cheval Cavalier was going to win for certain on the home turn, Bruce, but it was a great ride by Brian York. York summed it up after the race, saying he's a one-pace stayer, Donegal missed. You've got to be aggressive on him. You've got to get him going. He did that in the early stages of the race, gave him a little bit of a breather behind Captain Cook in the middle part, but then got at him again from the 600-metre point home, and he just kept whacking away, and at the end he got his nose in front and got the prize.
It's a good staying horse, isn't he? He's almost, you'd say, he's a chance in a major 2-mile event. He was behind Grooming in the Brisbane Cup. But I'm interested in Captain Cook. Keith and I both saw him in the Alistair Clark Stakes this year when Naturalism defeated him first when he raced at Moonee Valley. And he looks to have a good future. Keith, were you impressed with him at the Valley that day when you saw him?
Yes, I was, Bruce, and I thought he ran gamely yesterday too, trying to lead all the way. Interested to watch the race in a moment and listen to Wayne's call there. And Wayne, I believe that Captain Cook is staying on to contest the Ipswich Cup next Saturday.
Yes, he'll be running at Ipswich. He's had an unorthodox preparation here in Queensland. He came over initially for the Derby, but he couldn't get enough work into him for the Derby, so we switched him back to the 1,000 metres of the Lightning. He raced very well there, and then he handled himself quite well in the Doomben Cup, and yesterday he looks as though he's right back to his best form again, so I'd say look out next Saturday at Bundamba. The Ipswich Cup might be his race.
OK, let's have a look, Wayne, and see how you described yesterday's Tattersalls Cup. Watch for the runs for Captain Cook and Donegal Mist.
Captain Cook is the leader, 650 metres out, leads by a length on Donegal Mist. NASA Rocket chasing them on the outside. Cheval Cavalier getting away from the rails is coming up to it into 4th position on the outside. Majestic Boy tracking through beautifully on the rails. They head for home now, 450 metres left to go. The leader, Captain Cook, a length in front of Donegal Mist. On the outside, Cheval Cavalier going to them pretty quickly. He's tackling the leader now. Majestic Boy just behind them on the rails. Then NASA Rocket, Mr. Impose, and Mercator down the outside. Captain Cook's fighting on. It's Captain Cook just in front. Cheval Cavalier, Donegal Mist, the 3 of them. They're having a great struggle. Captain Cook, Donegal Mist, Cheval Cavalier, Donegal Mist poked his nose in front. Donegal Mist just in front. Yes, he's won it. Donegal Mist first, Captain Cook second, Cheval Cavalier third.
Yes, Wayne, a real staying performance. He did look beaten, as you said, a one-pacer. York got the best out of him. What about the Bart Cummings horse, Blaylock's Bull, who was successful in the Mercedes-Benz yesterday, formerly trained by Graham Begg, and had good form in New South Wales before he went up to Brisbane for the Carnival.
Yes, well, he came here and they backed him to beat Scalacci in the QTC Cup. He failed in that race, and then he got away on connections a little bit. He had 3 weeks between races, and they said he was just a little fat at Doomben last week. Well, he trimmed down nicely, and with a hot speed, they ran the first 3 in this race, the first 600 metres in 33.8. Now, that suited him. The leaders had to stop, and a beautiful ride by Cooksley. You'll notice he saves a lot of ground close to the inside, straightening up, got into the clear, sprinted quickly, and went away to score.
I guess the other unusual thing about the race, there were 4 equal favourites, numbers 1 through to 4, all at 5 to 1. A rare occurrence in a horse race in this country. Yes,
it was, Bruce. It was a wide-open betting race. There was strong support for several runners in the race, and good money for Blaylock's Bull too. He's taken some nice wages out of the ring.
Well, it was a terrific performance. He sprinted away in the end. Let's go to the Mercedes.
Roman Senator, he's screaming along out in front and leads by 2 lengths. Alpine Queen second, followed by Heavenly Knight, Hula Grey, then My Satin Star, who's wide. While of a Night next in the middle, then Avon Dancer. Further back came Blaylock's Bull, then Rechabite starting to go forward. Tiny's Finito second last as they head for the judge. Banya Boys last of all. Alpine Queen the leader. Roman Senator on the outside is drifting out. Getting up on the inside is While of a Night. Blaylock's Bull is into the clear. He's flying home on the outside. Blaylock's Bull. He's gone to them now. Blaylock's Bull in front of While of a Night, Alpine Queen. Then Rechabite and Banya Boy on the outside, but it's Blaylock's Bull in front, getting close to home. Blaylock's Bull, he's too good. Wins at 2 lengths. Banya Boy, a great run second. Tied for third.
He looks a typical imposing, a big strong galloper. Are there any other races left for him in Brisbane in this carnival, Wayne?
Well, there's the Eyeliner Stakes next week at Ipswich. That could be a race that might suit him. I just don't know what they're going to do with Blaylock's Bull. They may give consideration to staying over for that Ipswich race next Saturday, the Eyeliner. OK, and we might see him in Sydney and Melbourne for the feature races in the spring. Well, Blushing Bijou has been one of the surprise packers, no question about that, Keith, of the Queensland Carnival, because you would have seen her before she's gone up there and won those 4 races in a row. And her form in Melbourne was quite moderate compared with what she's been able to achieve there.
Yeah, she was handy at best down here, Bruce, but in Brisbane she's won 4 on the trot now, and in doing so she's picked up $153,000 for her owner and for trainer Gerald Ryan, and I think she's going to stop off in Sydney on the way home and probably will add to that the way she's racing.
I guess she's a favourite of yours now, Wayne. I've listening to your call yesterday, she hugs the rails, she's got a big heart, and she's been a very big winner in Brisbane.
Yes, well, when I first saw a winner here, I likened her somewhat foolishly to Surround. I remember when she came here many years ago, but I think because of her colour of grey and the way she used to get to the line in her races in the first couple of wins, I said, well, this might be another Surround. Well, I don't know whether she's going to go on to be another Surround, but by crikey, she's got 2 black type races to her credit, unbeaten in 4 starts in Queensland, so I may not have been overstepping the mark when I made that comment early in the carnival.
Well, I laughed when Lee Friedman mentioned Scalacci and Manicato in the same breath one day, and whilst he's not quite as good, stranger things can happen. Let's go and have a look at Blushing Bijou, hugging the rail and scooting away to win again.
Running up towards the home turn, and this little grey filly, Blushing Bijou, is nicely cleared to in front of Cess. Excited Angel coming to the outside, moving up to be second now, but Blushing Bijou, she slipped them 400 metres out. Blushing Bijou 4 lengths in front. Excited Angel running second. To the outside, Miss Muncher coming into it as Gilded Queen. She's starting to wind up, and so is Marinella on the outside, but Blushing Bijou is still the leader. 200 metres out, Blushing Bijou 3 in front. Marinella, Miss Muncher, Gilded Queen all trying hard on the outside. Blushing Bijou in front. I think she's going to hang on. They're coming out of the last little bit. No, they can't get her. Blushing Bijou the winner. Miss Muncher second, tight for third.
Yes, winning her 4th race on the trot, Gerald Ryan, and he's having a terrific run with her. Well, so we look ahead, Wayne, to next week, the Ipswich Cup and the Eyeliner, the 2 big races there. Is there an early tip? Is there a horse that's standing out at the moment?
Well, the Ipswich Cup, Captain Cook's run was so good yesterday, and he'll be suited by the tight-turning Ipswich track. He's a leader, he's a front runner. He will take plenty of running down, but I thought there was a run in the Tattersalls Cup yesterday that bears... well, I thought that he should have just about won the race. Native Neptune. He had no luck when going for a run at a crucial stage in the straight, and with ordinary luck, he might have just about got the prize. So watch for him in either the Ipswich Cup or perhaps one of the other cup races that we've got here in Queensland as we sort of taper down our carnival up here, Bruce.
OK, we'll catch up with you next week. Thanks, Wayne, from Wayne Wilson from Fort TAB. Keith, yesterday, Hip Flask continued on his winning way in the Moonee Valley Hurdle. He's now won 7 races in succession. He's getting towards that record that Lots of Time had of 9 wins in a row. Yes, that was set in 1969 by Lots of Time, Bruce. And, of course, next cab off the rank for Hip Flask is the Grand National at Hurdle, a Grand National Hurdle at Flemington next Saturday, and waits for that big race to come out on Tuesday. Well, it looks like he'll stay. David Hayes reckons he's the slowest horse at Lindsay Park. They can't get a horse to work with him. He's so slow, but he's got a big heart and he can jump. Yes, he's a very good jumper, and the distance won't worry him, 4,800 metres. And Jamie Evans said after yesterday's win that Hip Flask was not really happy on the heavy track. So that might be a debit if we have rain during the week, but if we have a dry week, then it will help him. Let's go to the Moonee Valley Hurdle. Hip Flask winning, and the other run to take note of, Connor Villa in 4th place.
Soleri's Son is running out as they come around the home turn, and Hip Flask has dashed to the front. Hip Flask is the leader by length and a half. Soleri's Son 4 lengths to Royal Pride. Normal John 8 lengths to Connor as they make the home turn. 1 hurdle left to jump. Hip Flask is going, looking a bit weary. Here he comes to it now. Hip Flask comes along, has a good look at it, jumped it high but safely, and Hip Flask will make it 7 in a row. It's been a big effort, and Hip Flask is coming down to the line to score by 4 lengths. Soleri's Son, half a length away, third to Normal John and Royal Pride.
Yes, Connor running on, and he's going to be a danger. He could win back-to-back nationals if Hip Flask stumbles at some stage next Saturday.
Yes, that hasn't been done since 73, 74. Robert, incidentally, Robert in 73 was the last horse to win the Moonee Valley steeple in the Grand National too.
Yeah, so which way do you go? I mean, Hip Flask or Connor, are they the two chances, do you think?
They look to be the two, Bruce.
OK, let's go to the Ian McDonald steeple, which is also a guide to the Grand National, and Another Nugget, having his second start over the bigger fences, wins his second race.
Coming up to what will be the second last fence. Another Nugget was the leader. He's about 3 lengths to Urangi. Squire John on the insiders next. Squire John's down. Squire John lost his rider. He stumbled and lost the rider, and round the turn they come. Another Nugget, hard ridden by 2 lengths. Urangi's trying to get to him. 8 lengths away, Phantom Toke Bank as they straighten up. Another Nugget, the leader. He's holding Urangi. Here's the last one ahead of them. Another Nugget, the leader, comes along to it. He cleared it safely. He's home. Another Nugget coming clear in the final stages will win it nicely, and Another Nugget will go on to score his first run over the fences, scores a good win by 4 lengths. Another Nugget from Urangi. 6 lengths away, third, Phantom Talbot.
This was a good win, but Another Nugget's inexperience at fencing will keep him out of the Grand National. He'll be saved for the Hiskins, Bruce.
OK, so he's going to miss there. Gee, I like the tyre this morning. The turf tyre segment has really taken off. 5,000 tyres have arrived at Sportsworld during the week.
I know, more tyres than a Bangkok wedding. This one was sent in by Paul Jones, Secretary of the Tattersalls Racing Club in Brisbane. They had their Cup Day yesterday. Their next meeting is on July 18, the next of 4 meetings for the year, Bruce.
Well, keep setting those turf tyres in, and as long as he's got a tyre, you'll get a job, Keith. We'll take a break, Keith. And after this break, Mark Scaife, who created history last weekend by winning the Touring Car Championship.